What's up, mob? Hey, how we doing? So I'm going to start off today with kind of a funny story. So you guys know Strapped is my sponsor. They got the Let's Go branding goggles and they got all these funny shirts. Well, Chris from Strapped sends me shirts all the time. So I just unbag them and throw them on. So I threw this one on. I thought I was doing another one of the George Washington Strapped shirts. I had no idea it was actually Donald Trump on here. And I went to the grocery store. Wow, I'll tell you what, this shirt is polarizing. Love it or hate it, man. I got some attention. I was going to get some food to eat, but I was afraid. You never know if somebody's going to spit in it if you support certain things. I'm not a Trumper, and I don't want to make this a political show. Right now, my guy's RFK. That's who I would vote for if you ask me right now. But yeah, it was just funny. But if you want to get one of these Trump shirts, they'll be available on Ride Strapped here pretty soon. But I just thought it was hilarious, and I thought it was even funnier that I put it on without even realizing what I was wearing. So anyway, that was my morning.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So let's take a look. The Supercross season is just over a month away. And I want to talk about your top three riders heading into the series. Right now, I have number three. And the way I'm ranking these guys, I'm ranking these as like who I think has the best odds from a gambling standpoint to win the championship in 2024. Number three is Eli Tomac. Eli Tomac, it's hard to put him at number one because he's coming off that serious injury, but at the same time, this is a two-time champion who's won so many races, and you never count him out. And we don't know how he's going to stack up against, Jet Lawrence. Is he going to come back? Is he older? He's been training with Deegan. That's obviously been going really well. So I don't know. I have to at least put him at number three. He could easily vault to number one. But right now I have Eli Tomac as my third most likely to win the championship. Number two, Chase Sexton. Chase Sexton is... last year, he's your defending champion. He's going to be riding with the number one, but he just got his ass kicked all summer by Jet Lawrence. And he's not making things easier by switching teams, going to a bike that not a lot of people like, that KTM bike in particular. Cooper Webb didn't like it, at least the new version. There's old versions, but can he be comfortable enough with that new machine and that new team to take a step up? He is the defending champion. There's really nowhere to go. But we all know that championship, I'm not going to say he lucked into it because he did not luck into it. You don't luck into a Supercross championship. There's 17 rounds, and you don't win one of these by being lucky. You lose them by being unlucky, but you don't win them by being lucky. Chase was there, and there's so many different things that could have changed, either this or that. Chase is your champion. And with that said, I still don't think he's the favorite coming into 2024. Jet Lawrence, he just went undefeated outdoors. I was on record stating this would never happen again. This wouldn't happen in modern motocross because, it's funny, you guys call me out on this, that I say motor cross. I don't mean to. I say motocross, but I got like a speech impediment or something. So I'm going to try to emphasize motocross. But Jet just goes undefeated in motocross outdoors, which, like I said, I didn't think was going to, I honestly thought after Ricky Carmichael did it twice, James Stewart did it once, I just didn't think, I didn't think four-stroke bikes are so competitive. There's so many good riders, and the difference between first and 10th is not a huge gap. I honestly never thought I would see it again. So maybe I should stop saying never. But either way, Jet Lawrence flat out demolished those guys this summer. And he did it in a different way. When I say he demolished them, he didn't go out like James Stewart and win by 2 minutes. He won by like 3 seconds consistently. But and the question was, can he do this in Supercross? And he showed us in Paris when he just stayed just right in front of Roxon, but then he tips over and is 2 seconds behind Roxon. So with motocross math, that would mean, okay, now Roxon's going to hold on. Nope, Jet always has a reserve. I don't know how he does it. He is a talent among talents, and then I have to say he's 100% the favorite coming into this season. He's got a team he's familiar with. He's ridden the 450. Now he's ridden it in Supercross, and he looks like Travis Pastrana going across the whoops. Yes, Supercross has a lot of different variables and luck comes into it quite a bit. Just ask Eli Tomac with that blown out Achilles with, essentially the championship locked up. You never know what can happen, but if it goes to plan, like I said, if I'm placing these as most likely, if I was setting odds, betting on it, I would say Jet Lawrence is your favorite to win the championship. Now, this is something that bothers me every single year, and I'm going to address it again. I'm not going to dwell on it, but I would love to talk about which riders will be at Anaheim in the 250 class. This is stupid. This is stupid, and I'll tell you why. At one time, there might have been a logical reason, or guys might be avoiding somebody, whatever. Just tell us who you're planning on putting at Anaheim 1. Because the whole deal with racing is you don't make money. The purse money does not make these teams, they don't survive off of that. These teams are based off of marketing. And guess what? If you let us know who's racing Anaheim 1, then we talk about them. And that gives your sponsors, your team, the riders, publicity. Publicity is how they make money, not necessarily by the race wins. Race wins usually comes with more publicity, but we can get free publicity just by telling us who will be at Anaheim 1 and how we think they'll fare. But if you don't tell us, we don't say a word. It's an archaic idea. I wish Mitch Payton, whose team looks awesome this year, he's got 2 riders who I'm extremely excited about. Max Voland, I think, could have the resurgence that I don't think that talent's gone anywhere. I think Max Voland is really, really good, and I don't know if he's lacking in confidence or what it is, but I'm hoping at Kawasaki he'll get it figured out. But I would really like to know if they plan on debuting him on the West or the East so I can focus on him or not. And also, Levi Kitchen moving from Star Yamaha over to the Kawasaki. And I was chatting with Kitchen earlier, and he told me he agrees with the Kawasaki, the new program. He's a guy that already won races. Can he become a championship contender? Even he doesn't know which side he's racing on. He honestly thought Mitch won't tell us till Christmas, which is kind of ridiculous in modern training eras when guys are trying to peak and be ready. Mitch is old school where it's like, just be ready to go all the time. But that doesn't work with the science and the way a lot of trainers like to have riders peak and be ready for certain specific times. If you tell a guy, be ready, and then he peaks, and then all of a sudden you sit him down, it's almost hard to get him going again for the East. I just think it's a bad idea, marketing-wise, rider-wise. And let's not forget, what if your favorite rider is at Anaheim and you don't know it, and you're on the fence whether you're going to make reservations, get a hotel, fly out to Anaheim and go to the race, but you want to know if Hayden Deegan's going to be racing or not. That's actually really important. If you know that he's going to be there, maybe you buy that ticket. If you're not sure, maybe you don't. Or if you don't know, maybe at least you make reservations for the start of the East. It changes things. It's archaic. Please let us know as soon as possible. If you have to change it, or you even decide to change it, I don't mind. But just give us what your intentions are. That's it. Let's say Joe Schmoda, they want to put him on the West. Just tell us right now, we're planning on putting him on the West. If anything changes or happens and you decide you want to put Chance Hymas on the West instead of Joe Schmoda for Honda, that's their 2 guys in the 250 class, no problem. No problem. That gives us another video to do to talk about the switch. But give us something. Just feed us anything, guys. And that's all I ask for. Like I said, I don't need a dead solid. You don't need to write it in blood. Just tell us what your intentions are. If you decide, let's say you want Joe Schmoda to go in the West and Star puts Deegan there in 2 weeks, and you don't want him with Deegan because you want an easier road to the championship, that's fine. Tell us he's got an injury. Tell us something. You can change, but stop with this archaic, we don't know, it's a top secret until the day of. That's stupid. It's stupid, and you need to change that. If you want to get an energy drink, hit up Coach Rob, the CoachRobStore.com, Energy Fuel. I row all the time on my Concept 2 rower. My back was starting to cramp up a little bit. Drank my Energy Fuel, purple, my favorite flavor, and it fixed it. Or grape, not purple, but it fixed it. No more cramps. Guys, if you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. They're a shipping company that still values customer service, and they're half the price of FedEx. How about that? And if you want to do up your garage, please go check out Epic Garage Designs. You don't need to redo your whole garage. You don't need to break the bank. There's racks that start at $200. Just mount them. You can hang anything you want. Slat wall. The easiest way to clean up your garage is to get things off the floor and just have a nice little clean section of slat wall. And if you want to do the whole floor, it's $5.50 a square foot for the badass tiles like Club MX uses. So guys, I'm trying something a little different this year. Last year I didn't even apply. But I reached out, talked to Feld's media manager, Sean Brennan. We don't get along. But I'm sure you guys have people at your work that you don't get along with. Doesn't mean you don't work with them. Doesn't mean they don't do a good job. Although Sean does not do a good job. He's an idiot. He doesn't understand the sport at all. With that said, if you want to have me at the races, email Sean Brennan at Feld. Let him know what I bring to the sport. Let him know that I contribute, there's nothing I do that doesn't help them sell tickets, period. Love the sport. Guess what? My channel doesn't exist if the sport doesn't exist. So I help make it grow. Just because I don't tell their narrative doesn't mean I still don't make them money. So if you guys want to reach out to Sean Brennan on my behalf, I would definitely appreciate it. If you don't, no big deal. But here's his email and let him know, hey, I got 3 million views last year on YouTube. So thank you guys for that. And we're only growing. So it's just going to get bigger and bigger. They'd be better suited to just give me access so I can get you guys better content. So thanks, guys. Later. Remember, subscribe.